Alright, in today's video, I'm going to continue work on the Chevy Sonic. I had a couple videos ready to go for this vehicle, and when I went to transfer them onto the computer, they got lost or corrupted, but it didn't turn out as video, and then because I cut them and didn't copy them, they are no longer on my camera either. So, I bought this car from Billings auction. It was damaged a little bit right here. I plastic welded this front bumper to get me by. I need a piece of trim for this headlight. Bumper's cracked. This fender's messed up a little bit. I knocked it out the best I could. Hood's dinged up a little bit too. But it runs and drives great. It's 2012. Only has 60,000 miles. It's the hatchback, which is what I wanted. It's the manual 6-speed, which is what I wanted, and it's the 1.4 turbo. So it's everything I wanted besides it being the RS. So sacrifices were made. But today, I bought some parts for it. I bought an Injen intake, and then I cheaped out and bought a no-name exhaust. I'm going to do that. I really wanted the ZZP intake, but they're sold out, and they don't know when they're making new ones. So I bought the next cheapest thing. For some reason, they don't make cheap intakes for this like they do like Hondas and other cars. So we're going to put this one on. It's cheaper than the K&N, and it was the cheapest one I could find online. I think it was the last one the seller had, so it was like 200 bucks. So I'm going to put an intake on it here. We're going to crawl under it and do, I think it's a catback exhaust. And then we're going to take it back down to Power Labs because they have a tune for this as well. And they recommended that I have my mods on here before the tune. So I'm going to work on that and go through that process. First things first, got to unbox this. Look at that. The world's first tuned air intake system. It's patented. I was always curious about this design because it has this weird where the others just go straight to here. Maybe that's the tuning they're talking about. But should be fairly straightforward. Ooh, professional mechanic. Yikes. We have a bag of couplers. Oh, here we go. Have a bag of couplers and hose clamps. Sticker. It's going on the fridge. And it's like a mount. That's about it. It's really straightforward, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we're going to undo one hose clamp, one mass airflow, and reinstall. Well, that's good. I thought this was going to be chrome. It's black. Every picture I saw was this chrome. Look at that. It even says tuned on there. Boy. So mass airflow is going to go here. Air intake, or the filter will go here. I guess that goes on the turbo. Nope, backwards. Skinny side, turbo. Big side, air filter. So I'm going in the bay like this. But first things first, we got to disassemble that. To undo this hose clamp that's down in here, which is just a flathead screwdriver. And then you undo this box. Mine was broke from the wreck, but I think on a stock one, you just pop this out. It's got a little ball socket that clicks in. And then the other thing we have to do is take the mass airflow sensor off, which is just a T20 to undo these. was literally like 30 seconds. But yeah, like I said, if yours isn't broke, I think there's supposed to be a stud right there that hooks in right there. You just have to pop that out. Now to get the mass airflow sensor out, 2 T20s. There it is. Set that there. And you can do whatever you want with this, probably throw it away. Now, without reading the instructions, looks like this will go here. And looks like I have to reuse this mount. So I probably need to pop this one out. Which is the broken one. There you go. Focus. There we go. This is the one it comes with to replace that one we just took out. Goes right there. Maybe. We'll lube it up. There. Okay, stud installed. I'll take this nut off. We got the coupler and the 2 hose clamps. I assume are going to go on this. And we'll tighten that down a little bit. Wow, they even have their logo on it. Alright, that one's on. Now we'll get the, actually got to put this one on first. Then we'll get the intake. Like so. And it's on the stud back there, so we can put the washer and the nut back on. Temporarily. Now it gave us new hardware for the mass airflow sensor, which is obviously a different thread pitch than what came off of it. So now I got to figure out what Allen size that is. So it appears to be a 2.5 is what I got. It might be a 3, but I don't have a 3. So I'm using 2.5. It's probably a good idea to do this before. And the nut that goes here, thankfully, is a 10 millimeter. Here's the filter. It's got a spider on it. That's literally it besides tightening up the 2 hose clamps right here. So I'm going to tighten them up and we'll give it a start. Just like that. Now you might ask what this is, and I replaced this PVC line, and it came with a new one of these, but the old one was working, so I didn't unhook that yet. So I don't have a vacuum leak. But that's it. I mean, that's literally probably a 20-30 minute job. It's super easy. I did an Injen intake install on my 350Z, and I thought it was terrible, the design of the intake. But this one's really nice so far. My concern was shutting the hood, but I don't think it's going to hit. That'll be close. But my other concern with this is the only kit I could find that didn't have a heat shield. So I might have to make something, because I mean it's trying to pull air from right there in the fender, and I don't have fender liners, so it might be all right. I just don't know. I don't think making a heat shield would be too hard anyway. So that is it. Maybe we'll fire it up, see how it sounds. I'm going to do an exhaust video next, but we're going to go for a drive, see how this sounds, and then I'll link that exhaust in the comments. It's the first drive since the intake and the exhaust. The intake sounds much better. I mean, in the sense you can actually hear it. So if I get on it, maybe you'll be able to hear it. Listen. That's the factory recirc blow-off valve. You can definitely hear it now inside the car. Hopefully you liked the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you liked about the video, what I can do better. Until next time, see ya.